You are listening to Cool FM, live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 6.
Good evening, Wisconsin Designers and Mindanao. This is koolNews at 6. It is now 6:05 p.m. My name is this is Cairo for this is Cairo, and here are the headlines that you need. Sorry. Hold on. So yeah, you are listening to us right here on Cool FM Nationwide and News Radio 93.1 on bringing the latest stories that care for you. Let's begin with the first headline. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council called on the local government units to utilize the use of the government's geohazard maps to pinpoint danger zones and mitigate the impact, which entered the Philippine area of responsibility last Monday and transversed northern Cagayan on Thursday. If their locations had followed those geohazard maps, that disaster probably wouldn't have happened. Their Nepo Museno said in a mix of Filipino and English. That's why, in a bigger context and moving forward, the LGU should really look more seriously on these maps, he added. According to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Mines and Geoscience Bureau, geohazard maps are essential tools in helping communities prepare for natural disasters and mitigate potential risk. These maps also serve as a valuable resource for LGUs in development and revision of their comprehensive land use plans. Museno admitted that it is not easy to relocate, but with the help of geohazard maps, LGUs can transfer families and individuals away from the danger areas. Let's admit relocating isn't that easy. We all know that, but it has to start sooner because these storms we're expecting are recurring, thus inevitable, he said in a mix of Filipino and English. This isn't about blaming anyone, but it's really an appeal to our local government units, he added. "11 years on, survivors should learn the lessons of Super Typhoon Yolanda to become more resilient as recent disasters have become more destructive," officials said on Friday. Speaking during the commemoration of the killer storm, Tacloban Mayor Alfred Romeo Aldes said the city government would continue to remember the disaster every year. "There is a reason why we survived the storm. We have a purpose in life, and that is to teach the next generation how to prepare for calamities and disasters," he told the crowd gathered at the mass grave site in Pasper Village, where more than 2,000 victims were buried. The lesson, according to him, is to remember how to prepare for calamities and not just depend on government with so many people asking for help after the disaster. We must move people out of danger zones. You should cooperate with the government since we're spending billions every year on rehabilitation and rescue. We must go out there and stay in safe zones, he said. The 2022 report of the Regional Development Council in Eastern Visayas showed that about 29,422 housing units for victims of Yolanda were already occupied, while 11,266 were ready for occupancy out of the 64,698 target units in 6 provinces. City government officials have no data on housing during the event. During the commemoration in Palo Guete, a nearby town badly damaged by the Silver Typhoon, Governor Carlos Joe Petilla said people in the province have been learning from Yolanda. Now people are already aware. Whenever there is an upcoming typhoon, they immediately must excuse me. They immediately evacuate to a safer place, unlike before, when we must force them. We might not be able to prepare enough, but we need to do everything we can to prepare for any disaster, and that is one thing the people of Yeden know now, Petilla said. In his message, Roman Catholic Church Archbishop John Du said typhoon hit areas commemorate Yolanda not because of the typhoon, but because of God's love and care. "We celebrate hope and charity. Let us be one. We need to give each other support. Let us be mindful of others. We need to be thoughtful of the needs, especially those who are the least, the last, and the lost," Du added. And Senate Majority Leader Francisco Tolentino said he does not expect China's instant recognition of the newly signed Philippine Maritime Zone Acts and the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act. Earlier on Friday, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed the Republic Act number 12064, also known as the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, and the RA 12065, or the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act. In the palace briefing after the signing ceremony, Tolentino said he is not expecting an instant recognition of the law from China because they have been disregarding international law. The senator who chaired the Senate's special panel on maritime and admiralty zones and the principal author of RA 12064 said that whether China recognizes these laws or not, it will help Filipino fishermen know where to pass through the archipelagic sea lanes, negating possible accidents. This will help us because our fishermen know where the large ships will pass. Our small boats won't get hit by the big ships anymore. We have already reduced the risk of accidents, he said in Filipino. He added that all the information in the art bureau ruling was included in Republic Act 12064. Meanwhile, Attorney Frank John of the Department of Justice noted that as a state, the Philippines has the right to enact its laws, even though other states do not recognize them. The effectivity of your law does not depend on the recognition of other states, God Jones said. She pointed out that the newly signed laws declare the Philippines' complete set of maritime zones and delineate the boundaries of these maritime zones, which could help law enforcement agencies enforce pertinent maritime laws. This would give clarity to the enforcement. This will give sorry, yeah, this will give clarity to the enforcement of our laws, especially in the West Philippine Sea, she added. These laws align with the provisions of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and the Convention on International Civil Aviation, also known as the Chicago Convention. It is now 6:12 p.m. We will return with more news headlines right here on koolNews at 6. Stick around, we will be right back. Welcome back. Malacanang released an executive order on the immediate ban on all Philippine offshore gaming operators or internet gaming licenses and offshore gaming operations in the country. EO number 6 EO number 74 was signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Persamin last November 5 and released to the media on Friday. Aside from the operations itself, the order likewise banned the application and renewal of license, permits, and authorizations. It also directed the creation of a technical working group for employment recovery and reintegration, which shall convene to develop and implement a comprehensive strategy that will effectively enforce the ban. They were also tasked with addressing the impact of the foregoing ban on affected sectors of the economy, ensuring the reintegration of displaced Filipino workers and the provision of assistance, and providing upskilling and reskilling programs for them. The DWG will be composed of the following agencies or departments: Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation Chairperson, Department of Labor and Employment Vice Chairperson, Department of Finance, Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Budget and Management, Department of Social Welfare and Development, Department of Information and Communications Technology, National Economic and Development Authority. EO number 74 also ordered the creation of TWG on anti-illegal offshore gaming operations to further intensify the crackdown. This group will spearhead investigations on individuals engaged in the offshore gaming industry who are involved in illegal activities, ensure prosecution of violations, and initiate and carry out deportation of foreigners involved in the offshore gaming industry. They will be composed of the following agencies: Department of Justice, Department of the Interior and Local Government, Philippine National Police, Bureau of Immigration, National Bureau of Investigation, Anti-Money Laundering Council, Securities and Exchange Commission, Canadian Economic Zone Authority. The heads of the mentioned offices shall designate their representatives for the DWGs. In addition, the OCC, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, and other law enforcement agencies were tasked to intensify their efforts against illegal POGOs or internet gaming licenses. The Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development was also ordered to assist the DWG on anti-illegal offshore gaming operations in securing the cooperation of homeowner associations to ensure the non-proliferation of POGO IGLs. The Department of Tourism was asked to monitor tourism establishments and facilities to make sure they are not being used for POGO IGLs based on the EO. It also stated that PAGOR and the Bureau of Internal Revenue shall speed up the collection of tax and fees related to the said industries. All other NGAs, GOCCs, and instrumentalities are hereby directed to provide the necessary assistance and support towards the successful implementation of this order in RAT. Additionally, the local government units were enjoined to fully support and contribute to the successful implementation of the ban. In the interest of promoting fair play, equality, and justice, and to support the immediate closure of POGO IGL and offshore gaming operations, the private sector is strongly urged to waive interest, penalties, fees, and other charges attendant to the termination of ancillary contracts or services, such as but not limited to lease of premises, janitorial services, security, internet, and electricity of duly licensed POGOs, IGLs, or of their offshore gaming operators affected by this order. It's also said. One moment, guys. And with criminals out to make a fast buck this holiday season, the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group on Friday reminded the public to be vigilant to avoid falling prey to tax scams. In a statement, the PNP ACG warned the public about short message service, or shortened as SMS, or tax scams that merge with legitimate message threads, making it increasingly challenging for account holders to distinguish between genuine messages and fraudulent ones. If you receive a message with links pretending to be from a bank or financial institution, it is likely a spoofing scam. In this type of scam, cybercriminals fake an email address, phone number, or website to make it look like it is from a process stores. They use malicious software to make the message appear real. ACG officer in charge, Colonel Vina Guzman said. She added that staying vigilant in all online transactions is essential. Never click on suspicious links and always verify transactions directly with your bank or financial institution. Remember, think before you click to avoid falling victim to text scams, Guzman said. On to the global headlines now, as France's highest appeal court on Wednesday rejected an appeal by the heirs of our former Sultan, who sought nearly $15 billion from Malaysia's government during a line under a lengthy legal battle stemming from an 1878 land deal. Malaysia's law minister described the ruling as an historic victory, while Paul Cohen, a lawyer for the heirs, said they were disappointed by the decision as it made no sense. Malaysia had been left stunned when the Filipino heirs of the last Sultan of Sulu won a $14.9 billion award in a French appeal court in 2022, prompting them to go after Malaysian assets. But a Paris court later upheld the Malaysian government's challenge against enforcing a partial award. The Corte Cassation on Wednesday confirmed the decision, ruling that the award was inapplicable and void. In a Facebook post late on Wednesday, Malaysia's Law Minister Alsolina Otman said the ruling would definitely solve the matter in favor of the Malaysian people. The heirs have instituted a claim against the Spanish government for alleged interference, the lawyer Cohen said in a statement to Reuters. The Spanish arbitrator who had awarded the $14.9 billion to the heirs was convicted of contempt of court earlier this year. And finally, onto showbiz. Ken Chan shared a remark about mindset meant to typically establish fought against him for alleged involvement in an investment scam, quote unquote. Mindset is everything, quote unquote, the actor wrote on his Instagram stories on Thursday, November 7th, showing a photo of himself at an undisclosed location. The actor then shared several other photos, including a snap of the Statue of Liberty and of him being a happy kid while enjoying the snow. It was not immediately known, however, if the photos were taken recently. The syndicated Estafa case against Chan and 6 other individuals was filed by an unnamed complainant who allegedly invested 40 million pesos in the actor's business. On Friday, November 8th, the police failed to serve the actor's arrest warrant at his home Quezon City residence as the actor was reportedly not home. According to the complainant's lawyer, attorney Joseph Noel Estrada, this was already their second attempt to serve the warrant of arrest on Chan. The case, as per an advisory released to the media, involves allegations of fraudulent scheme employed by the actor and his associates in order to solicit funds from the public. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 6:30 p.m. That is all for koolNews at 6. We will return later at 9 p.m. on the koolNews timeline for more news and headlines. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and chat at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. I am Kyle, and this is koolNews. Take care and mabuhay.